world champions and their emotional stories, an electric atmosphere, an unforgettable experience. OKTAGON.
Dobrý wieczór Państwu, witamy po pierwszej gali OKTAGON w Polsce I zapewne nie ostatniej.
Good evening, Poland. Welcome to the first OKTAGON event in Poland, and it's definitely not the last.
Language. I want to ask first or congratulate Jan Chotinowski for 200th ever submission in OKTAGON history. So congratulations, Hanzo. And then I wanted to ask Natan, because Natan, you were aiming to get that 200th submission in the history. So actually it's 200th first. So do you will get the 300th one?
Kolejną setkę, może 300 będzie rzeczywiście moja. Polujemy na kolejne rekordy. No nie udało się.
Well, I think I started the 300, so we'll see.
Great. So now it's the time for the first questions from the journalists.
Julian M. Maske, Frage an Zoran.
I have a question for Zoran. Zoran, tonight it was the best fight you ever had, but unfortunately you didn't get the win. So what did it feel like, and how would you rate your performance, and why didn't you get the win?
Ich würde sagen, dass die Leistung nicht gut genug war, weil wenn es gut genug
Well, I think the performance wasn't good enough, because if it was, I would have got the win. But to answer your question now, the first 2 rounds, I won them, definitely. Those were mine. And up until that point, I didn't see any risk. I didn't feel in danger. And then I just felt too self-confident in the 3rd round. But I need to say one more thing. My opponent was very good at countering my attacks. He really caught me. And then he got that win. We've already talked together, and I saw many comments online where people said, it's interesting that the referee actually let it go for such a long time. But you said that you are very difficult to get to the ground and you always fight until the very last second. So what do you say to that? Well, I didn't really remember what happened after that right hand that I got. I was on autopilot, but I never give up. And it's very difficult to take me down. I always try to get back in the game. Unfortunately, this time around, it didn't work out. But, you know, that's the way it is. That's the way things go, and it was God's decision tonight that I lost. And I need to keep going, and I need to heal, and I'll keep going.
Du hast jetzt schon mehrmals Alina Dalassan herausgefordert. Hast schon nach der
Niv, you already called out Alina Dalaslan even after your first ever fight in OKTAGON. You said you wanted to fight her and that she was running away from you. Right now we have a tournament in Berlin in about 9 weeks. So would you like to fight her in Berlin? Or what are your plans for Alina Dalaslan?
Anytime, anywhere, I don't mind. So yeah, Berlin sounds good to me, but anywhere, any show, so hopefully soon.
Thank you. The question for Madra. Here. Now 3 wins in a row in OKTAGON. Tell me, what's next for you? I mean, ranked opponent, or what do you want next?
Eu já venho trabalhando nisso há um tempo e estou escalando a montanha de forma lenta, mas sei que eu vou chegar entre o top 5, depois o top 2 e possivelmente o top 1, cinturão. Não tenho pressa, o que o evento der para mim, eu vou abraçar e farei o melhor trabalho possível.
So I've been working for this for a long time, so I've been climbing up the mountain slowly, and I am sure that we're going to do top 5, then top 2, and at a certain point we're going for the title shot. But I have no rush. I am doing everything that I can and the best to get there.
Otázka na Lukáše Chotinovského.
A question for Lukáš Chotinovský. You told me that the last part of your puzzle or the last part of your preparation was your mental preparation. Was there something in your mind during the fight when you thought, this is what I trained for? Maybe in the last round? Yeah, definitely. Between the second and third round, Patrik Kinsel was hyping me up, and he really did. I could feel it. I didn't really care if I won or lost the first 2 rounds. I was just going into the third round with the mindset that I'm getting that finish in the third round. I wanted to hunt him down in the third round. And as we were standing face to face, I was just jumping around. And I saw in him, maybe it was just a feeling, but I saw in him that he wasn't that enthused about going into that third round. And that's what hyped me up even more. And I think that's the point where it all broke. Now a question for Jan Chotinovský. This was your first fight as a father. So did Jasminka, your daughter, push you forward? Yeah, definitely. I was thinking about that before the fight, even more than I expected. And it was just giving me energy. It was that push. I got that win, and I can't wait to see my girls. You said that you were gonna get the submission. In the end, it was just... it was a TKO. But how many tickets did you break for people who bet on that? Well, I was just thinking about getting that win, and that's what I wanted. A question for Rajewski. Were you afraid of going down to the ground? Is that the reason? Hello to everyone, and to be honest, in the last 12 weeks I was preparing for a ground fight, for a grappling fight, because I was about to fight Vojta Barborík. And this time I was kind of avoiding it, and maybe it was a mistake. I need to talk with my team, look at that fight and see what went wrong. That's all I can say. One more question for you, Lukáš. You said that you were preparing for a ground fight, and now you had a fighter who's more of a striker. So what do you think, in your opinion, what was missing in your game plan? I know you had to analyze it still, but what do you think now? Well, I fought slightly differently standing up. It was a different preparation for a striker and for a wrestler. If I actually got to fight Barborík, it would have been different and I might have got that win. But it's, it's just the what-ifs, We can see that you're kind of sad about the result. Do you want to keep going? Do you have that energy to keep on fighting? Of course I do. Much respect. Thank you so much. Yonathan, a question for you now. What are the lessons learned from your loss in this organization? Because we know this debut was very important for you. And what are your plans for the future? Good evening, everyone, first of all. In every single fight, we all want to win. It was an exceptional night for me. It was in Szczecin, the city where I was born, where I was growing up. So I really wanted to give my best performance, but my opponent was the better man tonight. And, I'm not making any excuses. My goal now is to learn my lesson, analyze what happened, and next time be even better and work more on my mental preparation, because I've worked on it a lot, but I need to keep on going and keep on building on my form. Get better. But I'm convinced that we will find the solution and I will get wins. Did you feel that your opponent was stronger? No, not physically. I didn't feel that. But when it comes to strength, I thought I was the better man. But he just got me too fast. I didn't feel well after the first round, and during the next rounds I was just gassed. I didn't have the oxygen. I don't know why, because during my preparation I was sparring for 5-minute rounds, so just something went wrong. Especially my cardio. That's what got me down. A question for Jan Stanovsky. This is not your first fight here in Poland. I think you feel great fighting in Poland. So what was the reaction of the local fans like? Did you feel the energy coming from the local crowd? Because this city likes MMA. I was really looking forward to fighting in Poland because the Polish fans are different, but different in a good sense. The people can appreciate the winner, but they can also appreciate a good fight, so they appreciate both the fighters. My first pro fight was in Poland, but I lost there. But even then, I got a lot of support from the local fans here in Poland. And the atmosphere, it's just something, it's very close to my heart. You just hold together and support each other. I love that. And one last question from me for Kacper from Czech. We saw that you are maybe friends with your colleague there. You're both strikers, so maybe that's it. Well, he was helping me find my ground here because this is a new environment for me. Also, hello to all the fans, to all the journalists, everybody who's watching Octagon. And everything happening here is great. It feels very professional here, and that's what I was striving for. I'm very happy to be here. I have a question for Lukasz Rajewski. Whenever I hear your name, I think about your fights with Bartek, Koper, Parnas, Sivash, and all of your fights are very effective. But I'm getting some messages that sometimes in the cage it's not as good as during training. So how many of the percent that we see during training are we actually seeing in the cage? Well, thank you for that introduction. But to answer your question, it's a difficult question, and I ask it myself too. I'm not really sure how to answer. All I can say now is probably that the preparation was very, very strong, but unfortunately I had a severe surgery, I had an injury, and it took me a long time to get back into full training, so the camp was actually very, very long. I felt great during training, but of course training and the actual fight, it's not the same, everybody knows that. And not everything goes according to plan every single time. Sometimes things that you don't expect happen, and it's difficult to react to that. It's a difficult topic right now, but I'm trying to actually get 100% of what I can deliver during training and to deliver it in the cage. But after tonight, I'm gonna have to think about that again. Vojta Barborík is a great challenge, it's a great opponent, but when you found out he couldn't compete, was it difficult to get there emotionally to prepare for Stanovsky? Well, I didn't think it would be that hard, but now I can actually think that maybe it was difficult to make that change between the two fighters in the preparation. I need to think about it.
Question for Jan Stanovsky. Do you see Lukasz Rajewski as the most important win that you've gotten so far? Well, the closest fight is always the most important one. But Lukasz is a Polish legend. He's a great fighter. He has beaten some really big names, and I respect his career. I respect him as an athlete. And of course, I'm glad to have won. But I did see him as a strong opponent, yeah.
Na koniec powiem coś, co miało być na początku, że przede wszystkim gratuluję zwycięstwa.
To end off, I should say one thing that I should have said to start off. Congratulations on your wins, but I also feel with the ones who lost tonight. And good luck and be back soon.
To jeszcze jedno pytanie ode mnie do Michała Havro.
One more question for Michal Havro. Michal, we saw your debut going differently. There was a bunch of submissions that we saw tonight, but when did you feel that you were in a top spot? Well, hard to say. And first of all, hi to everybody. Until the last second, I kept my hopes up. My feelings are similar to Yonathan. A while ago, or a while before the end, I started being gassed. I got gassed up. And before the third round, I did not have a lack of will. I had a lack of fitness. You could have seen it on my body language. I was really having it. I had it up to here. I was very tired. So yeah, I have to get back to the drawing board and really figure out what to get better at. But up until the end, I believed that I would get my win. Unfortunately, on the ground, I wasn't able to turn any ambition at dominance to fruition. This was a tough lesson for me, because I was on the top in the first round and I felt the best that I had ever in the cage. I was soaking up the atmosphere, getting energy from that. And I was doing okay. It was my first fight in such a huge organization and I was doing well. And it's hard to talk now after the loss, but there's nothing else to do but to go on and keep on working at myself, because that's the point. The point is to be getting better with each fight and to keep coming back and learn from your losses. Because if you learn your lessons, you come back a better man. So yeah, I'm not stopping.
That's probably it for the first part of the press conference. We will be back in a minute. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Barco, and see you next time.
Radak Rochelle. He's getting faster with every victim. Dynamite, made in Brno. Explosive, destructive, and loud as hell.
He has this vibrance.
He wants more.
He is on fire.
He wants to climb. His path to the top leads straight through a Swedish stone wall.
If you're a bit worried, if you're a bit scared, you can maybe ask your lady coach, Nella.
Samuel Bach is the polar opposite of Rochelle. Quiet, focused, a lone wolf. He cares about one thing only: his next opponent's scalp. A dangerous man. This isn't just a clash of two Muay Thai warriors. Bach holds a win over Vlado Lengal. And here it becomes personal. Rookie is looking to avenge his brother-in-arms. Witness the collision of two different worlds.
And it's going to be mayhem.
OKTAGON 87, April 25th. Home Credit Arena, Liberec. Tickets at octagonmma.com or watch live on octagon.tv. World champions and their emotional stories. An electric atmosphere. An unforgettable experience. OKTAGON MMA.
Welcome everyone on the second half of the press conference after OKTAGON 86 here in Szczecin. First time on Polish soil, so we are very happy with the tournament. We want to say thank you to all the fighters, fans, journalists, all of you guys being part of this, our premiere here. And we'd like to also say thank to all fans who was watching on TVP Sport, RTL, Octagon.tv and other platforms. Regarding the Neruda Cup, there is a move in Fit for You, got most points tonight, and there's no major injuries between fighters. Only Timo Voigt went to hospital to check his elbow. Others are good. And I will leave password to Andre.
Yeah. Also thank you to everyone, especially for Polish fans, for German fans, and Polish and German media that cover this tournament, and all the fighters. Největší komunita sáskařů, performance of the night goes to Amiran Gogoladze, 5,000 euro. Congratulations. I think it was easy this time. Who's got the first question?
Die erste Frage an Alexander Poppeck. Also, du hast ja jetzt den
First question for Alexander Poppeck. You won tonight, and you were able to beat a Polish legend. So, are there any future names that you'd like to face off against? Well, the first thing I will do is to go back to the gym on Monday. First, I would like to take a break and spend some time with my family. And I was thinking about this one thing. Now I'm the king of Bavaria. I'm the king of Poland, you could say. I think I beat the best Polish man in the division. And now I would like to do one more thing. I would like to really secure my legacy and to challenge the king of Germany in Frankfurt. Stefan Pitz, I'm coming for you. You said that you want to get back to the cage. So yeah, I'd like to challenge you. I'd like to fight you in Frankfurt at this stadium event for the title of King of Germany, because this would be my true legacy.
Julian Maske. Then first to the question to Amiran Gogoladze, what do you do with the bonus?
Albat პირველ რიგში ასე გავაკეთებ, ჩავალ ბონუს ჩემს ოჯახთან ერთად დავხარჯავ.
So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to my country and spend the money with my family.
Then for the promoters, what do you make of this first Poland event? Your first thoughts after this event?
Definitely, it's very, very positive. The atmosphere was great. I think we all experienced the same feelings here. There was a great fight since the first to the last. The stream went well. We already got a very positive feedback from people, from the fans online, and we're very happy. Like really, the city welcome us, people here, the managers, gyms. We really feel very warmly welcomed in Poland, and that means for us a lot. And this is a big step for our company, for our promotion, and we are considering the next steps here now.
Yeah, Alex already said you want to fight against Pitz. Do you think it's possible, and what do you think about it?
Everything is possible, but with Stefan it's definitely not easy. I was begging him like crazy to fight again, but now I heard that maybe he wants to fight again, so we will see, but also it's not easy.
Dann die Frage an Alex. Erzähl mal aber trotzdem so ein bisschen.
Question for Alexander Poppeck. Alex, how did you feel tonight? The atmosphere fighting in Poland for the first time against the best of the best in the 93 kilo division. How are you feeling? I felt the support. I had a strong German support. The arena was on my side, which I was very happy about, and it was great. It was great to be there to get to know Szczecin, because all of my fights have been in Germany lately, so this was something different. It was great, and it was exactly according to plan. We've heard that convincing Pitts to step into the cage might be a bit complicated, so are there any alternatives for you? You've been challenged by Fleury, did you see? And what do you say? I haven't seen anything because I haven't had my phone yet. I've been without my phone for 10 hours. But yeah, Fleury might be a good option, and it could be cool. It would make sense in Frankfurt.
I mean, it was a like a boxing fight, underground fight. First of all, how do you like the match, the rule set, and what's next for you? I mean, Octagon want to see you, I think, again in the cage.
Witam serdecznie. Przede wszystkim chciałem podziękować bardzo Oktagonowi za to, że dał mi szansę.
Hi, welcome here, and I would like to say thank you to everybody and to Octagon for giving me a chance. I felt a huge responsibility on my shoulders because I got the main event, and I really wanted to give it all and to really get out all of the emotion that I've had inside myself. I wanted people to be leaving the arena and talk about the fight, but sometimes you just don't get to do the things that you want to do. I was facing off against Christopher, and I hope that I will be back and be able to show a great show and get you to feel the things I want you to feel. As far as the rules, those are fine. I hope that I'll keep getting better.
Dann direkt die Frage an Christian.
Question for Christian.
Lass mich erst mal was trinken.
Christian, you just came here. Please have a sip first. Christian, you fought against the stand and bang rules, and you had to prepare for these different rules. So how did you feel in the cage doing a boxing fight? Because it's different training for it and standing in the cage. Yeah, it was a cool fight. It was a great fight, and I was able to get my head in the game quite easily. I felt good in the cage. And my fight went as pretty much like my sparring sessions, and I'll keep working on my game just to keep getting better. Your walkout was a great moment. Was it special for you? Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was a great atmosphere being here in Poland and feeling the support in Poland. That felt great. I'm always thankful, and I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful to Polish fans for supporting me and to Madra. We've seen a lot of comments of people saying that it wasn't fair the way the judges scored the fight. A lot of commentators were saying that some of the rounds should have gone your way. What do you think? Do you think the scores were fair? I have to watch the fight back, so there's nothing I can say right now. But I kind of feel like he only got one good hit at me. That was at the end. I was rocked then, but not before then. I didn't see any significant punches by him before that. But that's sport for you. And I have to take it as such. Next question. We saw a boxing fight, so what a boxing fight with Eckerlane. So was it a great thing to experience? I might want to see a bare knuckle fight in the future, so this was the first good step towards that. I did miss the ability to kick a little bit. My hips wanted to kick off, but I knew I couldn't. And as far as a rematch with Eckerlane, I would like to do that, yeah. This tournament has been doing great as far as sales in Poland. So what do you say, promoters? This has been the most sold tournament in Poland this year. And you said that you're not counting with Poland that much, but how many Polish people were here at the tournament?
Mám samozřejmě jakoby statistiky, no,
I don't have the statistics.
but I think like maybe around 30% of viewers could be from Germany, something like this.
OK, a teď mám otázku vlastně na main event.
I have questions for the fighters from the co-main event and the main event. How did you feel the support was? Because I felt it more coming from the German fans. Who is this question for? The main event and the co-main event.
Ja czekałem, dlatego takie było długie wyjście, bo ja też czekałem na swój utwór.
I've waited for my walkout for so long because I was waiting for my actual walkout song to come on. That's why I just stood around. But as far as the support in my town, I really did feel it from my fans, and I had a lot of friends here who came here from all over Poland. I'm thankful for that, and I'm happy for them to have been there in this moment.
Tobias Bitter for Bitter Media and Max New.
The question was like, what was the question? That we had great support. Yeah, it's amazing. It's really amazing. Like, we're going to another country and still we get so great support from the German fans. So it's really amazing, and it shows that the promotion did a very good job in Germany, and the fans are really loving the sport right now. Yeah.
And actually, that's what we're trying to do. You know, we want to be, like, let's say, the most entertaining organization. So we want to entertain our fans, and we want to connect them. You know, connect the nations, connect Europe into one big MMA family. So that's our dream. That I saw also a lot of Czech fans. You know, they stopped me. You know, in the city, even here. A lot of Polish fans, they buy the merch, you know, we've been here for 3 days, so everywhere I go, somebody took a picture with us or with the fighters, and this is exactly what we are trying to do. And with this kind of ambassador like Michalis, Tomáš from Szczecin, from other new fighters like Frončák, Kujava, all these other guys, you know, and these guys from Germany, which got like a lot of hype right now. Christian, obviously, his entrance song is like one of the famous right now in Europe. Even Czech can sing that song. So, and completely different environment from Alexander. Right now, after new management, he's a new guy. You know, you can see the golden chain. He looks like a gangster. He's talking a lot, you know. So it's a lot of fun, and that's how it should be. We should have a fun, you know, and then. It's not going to be that important if you bring the fun, and if you bring the good fight, then it's not that important. It's always important, but not that important if you will win or lose. And I'm always trying to say to our fighters that we will never let you down if you will really try to fight, if you will really try to deliver for the fans, not for us. But it's for the fans, because we are trying to deliver for our fans. And if you will deliver for them, that we will always on your side, and we will always taking care about you.
Talking about the fans and the German community, I mean, Christian is already talking about fighting against Eckerlin after the Munich fight, after he won. And now Christian in Hamburg said as well, after my question, yes, I'm down. Are you open to give us the fight, because everybody wants to see it?
I'm definitely open, but Christian's got tough manager.
That's a problem. So we have to talk to the manager.
You know, everything's got some price, and sometimes it's not easy. So I'm always open to everything, yeah. But sometimes something it's too high that you just can reach it in the moment. So we will see.
I get that. Thank you so much. The next question in German. Alex, Glückwunsch zum Sieg. Brutale Performance heute.
Congratulations, Alex, on that fantastic performance. You actually proved that you're very good technically as well as tactically. Did you learn something new in Spain, and did you work on your takedown defense there, because he couldn't get you down? Well, every time I fight differently. But when it comes to technique and tactics. I think I'm the best in the entirety of my division. I'm very, very quick. I think I'm as fast as maybe some bantam fighters. Tonight, I think you could see that on my performance. When I went to Spain, my coach, Hakan, actually helped me prepare for everything that you could actually see in the fight. My takedown defense has always been strong, but tonight it was even stronger. My opponent was very strong, so I'm very happy. I think it really showed, so we all saw that progress, and once again, congratulations. Let me start with Tomasz Narkun. The fans were very happy about your re-entering the cage. They were quite sad about your loss, but I read a comment. Let me share that with you right now. Maybe somewhere you lost that inner fire in you when you were very strong and you were trying to rip the head off of your opponents, but now you were more tactical, you were more aware or careful. So what happened?
Na początku chciałbym powiedzieć wszystkim witam serdecznie. Dziękuję.
First of all, I want to say hi, I want to welcome everyone. And also I want to thank all the promoters for giving me this opportunity to fight here on such a huge stage. It's an amazing organization, such great people, and it feels like an adventure to me. I'm very, very happy about it. But now to answer your question, the truth is that I haven't fought for 2 years. My opponent has fought much more often. He fights 3 or 4 times every year. So that might have played a little bit. I was missing a bit of my timing as opposed to my previous fights. But I'm not breaking down over this. If I get another chance, you will definitely see me again. Tonight, I just wasn't on my best level, on my best performance. You all know what I'm capable of. You know that I beat some of the best fighters in this sport. Once again, a lot of respect to my opponent because he got the win tonight. But still, I'm happy about my performance. I didn't give him that win easily. And when it comes to the comments, you know, it's very difficult to answer that. Some judges might be scoring the fight differently. So, you know, that's what happens, as I said. The result is what it is, and sport is sport, as I said at the beginning. Tonight, Alex had a 100% defense against takedowns. You're very well known for your takedowns and your submission attempts. So what happened there? Well, I haven't fought for 2 years, and it takes its toll. Maybe if we fought 2 years ago, the result would have been different. But it is what it is, and there's no reason to be too sad over it. A question for Michal now. Congratulations on your win. That was probably the best birthday gift you could have gotten, so you must be happy about that. But I wanted to ask about the magic that you got from Martin. What did he do that you were so aware? Did he change anything in your preparation? Well, I'm very happy that you mentioned Martin. He is in my corner and he's been there for a long time now. He's a famous person in Poland. He's well known. And I just want to remind you, I am 42 years old. I've had serious medical issues, but I still managed to fight the way I did. So there's no reason to applaud that, but this person, Martin, he really has my back every single time. And he also makes sure that I always perform as best as I can, whatever condition I'm in. Were you kind of mad about not getting your walkout song? You were a little bit pissed off. Well, I was always waiting for that song to start playing, but that's, it's just fate. It was maybe a little bit of a fuck up, but in general, I'm so happy, and I'm so happy about this opportunity to fight in front of my home fans. And I always had high ambitions, so I always wanted to make this a memorable night. But that didn't work out tonight. You had Artur Szpilka, and you were fighting in the stand and bang rules. So was it good for you that you have a master boxer in your corner? Well, for me, he's not just a champion, he's a friend. I trust him fully. And whenever I trust someone this much, it really means a lot to me. He really helped me with my confidence. One more question for Mateusz Janur. Would you like to fight Wawrzyniak next, or whenever that's possible? Or are you looking forward to the future, or maybe fighting someone else? First of all, welcome everyone. Hi everyone. And my approach is simple. I'm a fighter. I have a contract here with the promotion OKTAGON, so whatever the matchmakers say, I'm gonna fight that person. I don't choose my opponents. If it's Piotr, might be him. If it's anyone else, that's fine too. Okay, so a question for the promoters. Will you try to make this fight again with Piotr Wawrzyniak?
Our fans and for Polish fans especially, but I think that Piotr will have now quite a lot of time outside of cage probably. I hope that he will recover really well and quick, but yeah, we will see.
Thanks. Ion, do ciebie pytanie. Ta przegrana zatrzymuje...
I have a question for Jon. You got the loss tonight, so it kind of is a wrinkle in your strive for the belt. How are you feeling? Because the KO looked very dramatic. I feel well, and also hello to everyone. But I'm not injured, and that's the most important part. But I am a little bit sad about it. I am kind of mad about it. It might be a step back, but it's not the end. We're up for the second attempt, second try. It was a huge fight. He really hit me, but it could have gotten the other way too. Sometimes when you're at the very top, all it takes is one mistake and you can lose. So congratulations to Amaran. He won this time. And then maybe he will be fighting Brito for the belt. And by then, I will still be here. So you don't need to worry about me disappearing. I'm not going anywhere. So Dracula is here, not in Poland, but in Europe.
Pytanie do Michała Piwowarskiego. Michał, już o tym mówiliśmy.
Question for Michał Piwowarski. We've spoke about this 2 hours ago, actually, but I want everybody to hear this. You were actually able to break the streak of bad luck that you've had in Szczecin, and you weren't the favorite in this fight. Yeah, hi. I'm super excited because I've suffered 2 losses in Szczecin. This was my 3rd fight in this city. And I came here to do my job, and I did. But this is followed by a lot of hard work and by suffering a ton of losses. But now it's come to fruition, and I'm happy. Question for Pavel Neruda. What do you think about FNC coming to the German market where you have been having great success? And what do you think about German MMA? Do you feel like this organization is a threat?
We are not looking on others, maybe as the fans think. And as you see, we are trying to deliver the best possible job from our side. And we are focused on ourselves most of the time. Of course, we are noticed that these attempts, if some promotion are trying to step to territory where we are active, and yeah, we always try to protect our interests and again be better. Like if someone is trying, like we just need to try more and be just more interesting product for our fans, and that's our highest motivation, and it always will be. So we already experienced this kind of stuff in Czechia, Slovakia before. It was heavy, so and we learned a lot from these lessons. So right now we are very okay with this and focus on ourselves and the best possible outcome.
Thanks. Andrzej, gdy rozmawialiśmy wczoraj, powiedziałeś, że no definitywnie...
Question for Andrzej. You said that you want to come back to Poland with another tournament. Do you know if that'll happen this year? After what you saw tonight, what do you think?
Ochota jest, ale nie ma terminów.
Well, we would like to do that, but there's no dates. We don't know.
We will be back.
I guess we'll see.
I'm thinking it through language right now. We'll be back definitely. We don't know if it's gonna be this year or next year because it's not so many arenas. And if they are, it's not so open, and there's also some of them are locked somehow. So yeah, we will see.
Ostatnie pytanie ode mnie. Jaki jest plan na Timo Feuchta? Wiem, że fani liczyli na to, że jeśli...
Last question for Timo Feucht, or for the promoters. What are your plans for Timo Feucht? If he won, the fans were hoping to see him in Berlin.
I always said it's not this place to be. This place is not meant to be for making fights. Yeah, so we will see. But definitely, Timo's got an interesting story, and a lot of fans came because of him. Berlin is kind of his city now, also. So it's possible, but also like he don't need to rush. So we will see.
Just two questions to the promoters from my side. Pavel, you talked in the podcast about making the final event of the year, Octagon 100, switch from 99 to 100, which means an additional tournament this year. Is this still a possibility? And yeah, that would mean surprise event?
Yeah, everything is possible, and this was the... it was on the table. We have been discussing this and investigating options. And it's still an option, but let's see. Like it's still open. We are still moving. The puzzle in calendar is really complicated, as Andrzej said. Sometimes we want to do something, but it's just not possible because the venues are not available. But if there will be an option, and then maybe this will happen.
But the plans in general are to make Octagon 100 event in the Czech Republic, or could it be in Germany too?
Could be everywhere. I especially don't care at all. But our people from company, they really think that it should be O2 Arena because somehow it's like the biggest arena in Czechoslovakia and it's our home. So we will do everything possible to push it there. So now Nate Diaz will be free after May, no? So surprise, surprise, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that would...
Surprise, surprise, motherfuckers. You can count on me, brother.
No. I will fight him. I will fight him.
Okay, so...
Yeah, that would draw some eyeballs, of course. The final question would be, Luckily,
Amiran has, time for translating.
Time for translation,
so
yeah.
he will hands up after 2 minutes.
Yeah, you successfully entered Poland. In Liberec, you have a lot of Swedish fighters, as well as today you had a new Swedish fighter. So your roster is, pumping up with Swedish fighters. How close are we to a Sweden expansion, which, you already set the base for?
We just signed a contract with big Swedish TV, so for us everything is possible. I was there when Alexander Gustafsson was fighting NJ, and it was unbelievable. 40,000 people on the football stadium. As you know, we like football stadiums.
And like you mentioned, Alexander Gustafsson is like the Swedish Stefan Pütz. A bit more successful
so
on a global level.
Viking can go there and make the...
I fight Gustafsson right now.
So it's good to see that Alex has a few opponents in the future. But there were rumors about Alexander Gustafsson connected to Octagon. Is it true?
I don't know.
You should be the only one who knows in the end, but if you don't want to talk about it, all fine for me.
Like,
So.
we are friends with his manager.
To dobry wieczór jeszcze raz. Filip Wiszniewski się kłania. Pytanie do pana Michała Materli. Panie Michale,
Good evening. I have a question for Michal Materla. Let's go on with your birthday celebration. Michal, let's celebrate you. Happy birthday. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, congratulations on the win. Here's my question. You like to fight, you like to soak in the atmosphere, but oftentimes you get injured in the process of it. So what is your least favorite part about all of this, about fighting? I hate losing. That's the worst part of it all. And yeah, I get injured, but if I win, it's all good. I'd rather win, and sometimes the suffering is worth it. Question for the promoters. Tomasz Narkun is the hottest name on the fight card. So I'm assuming that you guys will be betting your chances on him for the future. So what are your plans with him? Would you like to see him face off against the winner of another important match?
To fight in heavyweight. Maybe we need to give him a little bit of time also.
Thomas Narkun will kill Mark Ducis. This is like a build-up fight for him.
Okay, so another fight. So I need more tournaments now. Tomasz, do you want to fight with Nate? Maybe Surdo wants to fight you.
In heavyweight, yeah?
So we need to talk with Tomasz, with his brothers, and like we got time. So I believe like we will talk, we will see what he wants, what is possible, and then we will definitely do something.
Chciałbym jeszcze zapytać właśnie o przyszłość, bo powiedzieliście, że to nie jest ostatnia gala Oktagonu w Polsce.
I would also like to ask about the future of Octagon in Poland. You said this is not the last tournament here. And we've been hearing about Szymon Kolecki, who just beat Austin, the best in Babylon. So is this a name that you're looking at?
Alex? you don't know Szymon Kolecki? No. See?
The Olympic champion.
Yeah, I know. Quite a good guy. But you know, you have to climb that ladder in Octagon, and now like maybe he can be a good fight for Tomasz now. So I don't know. We will see. So, but Flaherty is a champion, so he's got a word, and we got 2 fights for him right now. We already announced the heavyweight bout in Berlin against Aras, and we already got one more for him as a champion in light heavy. So we will see after these 2.
Pytanie do Tomasza Narkuna i przede wszystkim mega się cieszę, że wróciłeś. Naprawdę czekałem na ten powrót wiele lat.
Question for Tomasz Narkun. I'm really glad about you coming back to the cage, and I never stopped hoping that you'd be back. So how would you compare Shalidov, Michael, Erslan? Where is Alexander on that scale as far as difficulty? You know what? This question is a very tough one. It's hard to answer. For now, I'm really mad at myself for playing my cards this way. But as I said, just happened because I was rusty. I knew that I was rusty, and you really saw it today, so I don't want to put my today's opponent on the scale anywhere. If I did win today, I could definitely put him up there, but because I lost on points, there's no point in it. Question for Alexander Poppeck. Recently, I spoke to a BJJ coach, and he said that Tomáš Narkun is one of the best guys he's ever seen. He beat Mamed Khalidov twice. Is this your best win of your whole career?
For sure, he's one of the most experienced and most accomplished guys in my career. With all the respect, but I think I fought like much better guys. Like they went and win the UFC belt, so it's the highest achievement. So I fought better guys than him before, but he's for sure in the like top 3 or top 5 opponents of mine.
Tomáš Narkun walczył dosyć dawno i tak się zastanawiam, czy
Tomáš Narkun hasn't fought in a long time until tonight. So how did you analyze his fights rocking up to this fight? Was today the same Tomáš Narkun that you imagined?
So, of course, we analyze his fights, and I think today he was the same fighter than like 8 or 10 years ago. His style didn't change, so we prepared, and you saw that today. So we were very well prepared. If he would have changed, I would be surprised in the fight. So, but he's a really tough and strong opponent, so all my respect, and thanks for the great fight, yeah.
Jeszcze jedno pytanie do Michała Materli.
One more question for Michal Materla.
Tych złych rzeczy, natomiast po tej kontuzji odniesionej w walce z Piotrem Kuberskim.
I don't want to go back to the nasty things, but to talk about the injury that you suffered, did you feel humbled after that experience? Did you feel calmer, or has nothing changed? I feel that being humble is a great thing, and I always try to give off peace and humility. But this just makes all the wins feel better, all the prep is better, everything that leads up to it, and I'm really able to appreciate it, and I'm glad for the opportunity that I got. 2 years ago, I thought I would not be able to fight again, but I was, and I'm a tough guy, and I feel great about it. I have resilience, I am determined, and I'm glad that OKTAGON was interested in seeing me here, and I'm glad to be here still.
Za wygraną Pudzianowi. I czy jesteś już zmęczony trochę tymi pytaniami?
Michal Materla really does not go down easy, so do you want to face Pudian again? And thank you. It was a great tournament. And we thank you.
So myślę, że pokornie dziękujemy a uwidzimy się następny raz w Libercu.
And see you next time. See you in Liberec.
Radak Rochelle. He's getting faster with every victim. Dynamite, made in Brno. Explosive, destructive, and loud as hell.
But he has this vibrance.
He wants more.
He is on fire.
He wants to climb. His path to the top leads straight through a Swedish stone wall.
If you're a bit worried, if you're a bit scared, you can maybe ask your lady coach, Natan.
Samuel Bark is the polar opposite of Rochelle. Quiet, focused, a lone wolf. He cares about one thing only, his next opponent's scalp. A dangerous man. This isn't just a clash of two Muay Thai warriors. Bark holds a win over Vlado Lengal. And here it becomes personal. Rookie is looking to avenge his brother-in-arms. Witness the collision of two different worlds.
And it's going to be mayhem.
OKTAGON 87, April 25th, Home Credit Arena, Liberec. Tickets at octagonmma.com or watch live on octagon.tv.